If mass is done with class, that's a nice line, no? Actually, I don't. Sagar Sangam also, if it released today, we will find someone having some major issue with it. Okay.
Series also not for Telugu movies. Other movies I would have seen. Okay. Anyway, so
very interesting. I don't know what I've done to quote, but a quote did a lot to me. And it's not about stereotypical or whatever. How can you base the story in Godarkan in that setup and this, and not have all those things. I have to give that one pain reactions that all of it is there, and then I actually feel terrible for the Pahalgam people also.
I think as much as we say that the men are devoted to country with their service, the wives of those men are also equally or more devoted to their husbands and country in return.
This coward should face Indian army and not do this to innocent civilians. But I'm like, who am I telling this? People with any basic sense cannot do what they've done, right? The mood of Hit 3, I think you will feel it. As audience, I'm so glad. I want them to miss.
Hello and welcome to India Today. I am Sanjay Ponnappa.
And this is Maruti Acharya.
And today we finally got a chance to get out of the studio or the movie theatres because we got a chance to talk to the lead pair. They are one of the most loved pairs, especially these days after the interviews have been coming out. So, welcome to the show, Nani sir and Srinidhi.
Thank you.
Firstly, let me tell you, this is one of the most requested interviews from our subscribers that we have been looking forward for this interview, and we have seen that you people have been traveling a lot, meeting a lot of people. I know promotions are stressful, you mentioned a lot of times. But when you meet people from they have different things to tell about your film upcoming or previous. When you meet all these people, how do you feel?
Oh, I feel very happy, overwhelmed actually sometimes. And you meant to say after the release or?
No, while promoting the film, the entire process, when you meet audience.
That is the best part. Yeah, actually, sometimes just repeating our answers again and again might get too hectic. But the best part about, traveling and during the promotions when you actually, at the airports, at the hotel, when you do the interviews or when you go out for lunch with the team and all that, when you meet people and they are telling you things about how they love you or the films you do, that's the best part of the whole promotion segment, yeah.
And Srinidhi, what about you?
Same thing, Andre. Same thing. It's because you imagine you're working for 5-6 months and then you have 10 days of promotions, and that's when they actually get to see you also and you get to see them. So it's very overwhelming. It's nice. It's like the reward that you get after doing everything. So it's wonderful.
Another question, a little offbeat, is that what is your favorite season to release a film? Because when promotions start, and this is something I was wondering today, it is summer, you're roaming around Mumbai, Hyderabad is also very hot.
Kochi, Chennai.
Yeah, every place you go is very hot. Does it get hard? Is summer really the favorite season for you to release a film, or would you prefer something like when Saripoda released in August and it's raining everywhere?
It has nothing to do with, I think it's all about, summer is ideal definitely because, there are holidays and people will want to go watch movies, and also, in a lot of towns and different places, obviously theatres are AC places, it will be nice also, you go watch a film. In fact, it's very difficult to shoot in summer. So a release and promotions are comparatively a lot better. If you're shooting outdoors in summer, that would be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
We all like the trailer and the kind of response it is getting is crazy. But one shot on the trailer which I really wanted to talk before getting into the details is you sipping that alcohol in the end and that shout, it feels like it is coming from the heart. In the reaction also, I still remember we immediately said, natural star, natural performance. So how was it for you when you were doing that scene?
It was the last shot of that day. We shot a long episode. It was a long schedule where we, every day from evening 6 to morning 6 is our call sheet. And it went on for 36 nights or something. One of the days when it was a very extremely hectic night, basically. Throughout the night we did a lot of work and we were dead tired. We came to the finale of that particular episode and we wanted to do something which was still vague in our heads. We know that one thing of him taking alcohol and resetting himself needs to happen to go ahead with the action. But the design was not very clear in the head, and then we were running out of time. And Lee Whitaker, who did stunts, is holding the camera, and Sanu sir is saying in 5 minutes the light will be out, I won't be able to do anything, and then we have to move away from that particular room for the next day shoot. We cannot again come light it up and do it and go, then with a lot of time waste. So but I thought for that shot I will have కొంచెం time to see what I can do with it, should I do this, should I do that, but we didn't have time.
Okay.
And we were just running out of time, and he was saying roll and all. And I told Sailesh, I'll do something, see, if it doesn't work out, light comes off, then we have to come back, we'll see, we'll figure it out. And we were tired, everyone was tired, all night we worked on action, extremely tired. Just took that last one breath and all that energy, I went in and said, I'm going to try something, see if it works, I said, and then that is one of the takes, in fact, that is why I like stuff when, when you pre-plan a lot, something becomes, mechanical. Some magic happens when you don't, and then I remember the scream and all that was not part of that particular bit. And me doing that one shiver and all that.
Because that is what made the shot natural. Yeah? So when you did that, that is the natural part. Yeah. Otherwise, we see our heroes just drinking and walking like it's casual.
Yeah, no, because I thought when they were rolling, I thought if I do something basic, something normal, technically what I should put water on the wounds, alcohol on the wounds, and then I have to give that one pain reaction so that all of it is there, and then I have to show that I am tired, and then I have to be like, no, let's go, ready. That has to happen. I know for sure if I do, I will always have a doubt, because did I do it in that way because we didn't have time? So I wanted to do something crazy there, like something which should be very clear. Did it work? Did it not work? It shouldn't be like, I think it's okay, nice only, but I wish I could do better. It shouldn't be that. I was very clear about that. When I walked into the shot, I was like, it should be terrible that we should be very clear we should do it again, or it should be great that I shouldn't have a doubt that is it good enough. So how will that extremes happen? Only when you go crazy. I started doing it, and then I did that scream in the end, and when I saw the team's reaction, I figured it worked. Yeah, we were happy. Then exactly after the cut, once Sailesh and all clapped and got excited in that time when they were really tired. And the light came in. We didn't even see the take again. But I knew. I think something worked. Looking at their faces, just looking at Sanu sir and Sailesh, I think it worked. And now that ended up in the trailer itself. So, yeah.
Also, the film is about Arjun Sarkar. He seems to be a cop on the edgy side. Easy to become angry and all of it. But every time in a film like this, when there is somebody with power, who's the leading character in the film, and he is out there trying to do something good, even the anger and the emotions connects with the audience. Do you see a trend of that happening? Because even recently, something similar happened with Officer on Duty, a Malayalam film, where by the end he is very rageful, but the audience is also just as rageful. Do you think that is another thing that might happen in Hit 3 also? That is where the audience will come.
Because I didn't see the film, I can't really draw parallels with that. But but I think the mood of Hit 3, I think you will feel it as audience. Hit 3 has a structure which will make you believe that this is really happening, one thing. And the way it will slowly suck you in, you might actually, because it all, at one point it becomes a survival film, that claustrophobic feeling or whatever, oh now what, now how do we do this? I think that tension might spread from the screen to the audience also is what I'm thinking. But sorry, but because of that, I think when those high moments happen, the cheer will be louder. Only when you get in, when you absorb that whole drama, that is when you react also in a big way. I think that will happen with it.
So Srinidhi, in a lot of interviews you also spoke about how you got the CDs of Telugu movies initially and used to watch it and all of that, and now you did a Telugu film. So before versus doing the film, how was your experience? You thought this is how it will be working in a Telugu film. Is it any different? Is it same of what you thought? How was it?
First of all, not CDs.
Nice, yeah.
First of all, not CDs, pen drive. I'm little aage kacha. I was like, not CDs, pen drive.
Okay,
I had pen drive then.
No,
but
CDs you told me.
pen drive, I told.
No, no.
I used to take pen drive. But CDs
No.
also.
Oh,
Oh, CDs also not for Telugu movies. Other movies I would have seen. Okay. Anyway,
oh.
so
Very interesting. Huh?
so yeah. So all the Telugu movies that I've watched, and obviously you have this preconceived notions that okay this, but obviously we see not the BTS part of it. We see how it gets executed on screen, which looks very beautiful with everything, the final product. But whatever the preconceived notions I had, I think it's absolutely like that. Like it's great. Probably it's obviously not you're below your expectations. Either it's the same or it's even more better. So I'm very content with what I had, the idea about the whole filmmaking and how was it.
No, filmmaking, Telugu film.
Telugu film, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Telugu industry, okay.
Yeah, it's great.
No, compared to, what is different compared to?
No difference. Okay. Yeah, when you watched what you felt?
When you get into the industry and do it, how does it feel? Is it any different?
No, so industry-wise, it is actually not different. Like if you're a particular Telugu industry, no, what I played in Kannada, a role in Kannada movie or in Tamil, or for me, I'm an actor doing the job and playing that character. So for me, it doesn't, the line doesn't come there that, oh, this is Telugu movie. Maybe when people are talking Telugu there, I know that I'm on a Telugu set.
In working conditions or anything, did you see any like proper difference how in Kannada cinema or Telugu cinema? Like working styles or how the whole production happens?
Yeah, so again it depends on budget. If the budget is tight, then you'll see that you're working for more hours and everybody's stressed on set. But if everything is, it depends only on the few aspects like budget or not. But apart from that, apart from the work culture is similar. Similar.
Okay.
Another question that I wanted to ask you is, everybody have been speaking about Yash not doing a film after KGF, but although Cobra was there is a similar amount of gap between Cobra and Hit 3 now.
Yeah. Because both released in 2022.
Yeah. So why the gap? What happened there? Were you taking your own time?
I think it was not like a set rule that I had to take a gap or I had to take my time. I was just being conscious that I didn't want to compulsively do something that I have to do. Instead of choosing compulsively, I just chose consciously. I just wanted to choose consciously, and if my heart is really in it, if I wanted to be part of that world, or if I wanted to play that character, or if I wanted to work with that director or an actor, if the story is, the main to top it all, if the story is wonderful, I would have taken, which I did not find that rhythm with any of the scripts that I heard. And then finally, much later, it happened with Telusu Kada, which another Telugu movie that I signed, where I felt, okay, I want to do this. I want to play this character. I want to be part of this story. So till then, it just didn't work out. So maybe the timings weren't right, or maybe I was too content with myself, or was too but I am very happy because I know that I did not do anything compulsively.
So talking about your recent success production venture, Court, I have a very nice story to tell. I was talking to my grandmom. We usually have this dynamic where, we share movies and all. She called me and she told I watched this movie, and she was bragging about how now she knows about POXO Act and all. It was very cute the way she was talking about, and the way Pahalgam Abbai, Nani Abbai, Iddaru chesina cinema chusano, the way she described, she was so happy talking about knowing it. So Court, it has so many different experience for different people, the way it created, and a movie like Court becoming a success is in itself a success story. So how do you feel about the success and the way people received Court?
Oh, I'm extremely proud. I think it's I don't know what I've done to Court, but Court did a lot to me, I feel, because the kind of love and respect post release of Court, the entire team got, and I got wherever I go, and generally when films become blockbusters and all that, a lot of people come and say congratulations, or we love that film, or whatever. For Court, I got a lot of thank yous, and that is very, very special. I think we can have hit films, we can have super hits and blockbusters and all that, but these kind of films happen very rare, I feel. There'll be everyone who comes and talks to you or tells you, how much he loved the film, talks with a lot of respect, towards you and what you tried to do is, I think it's amazing. So I know I got a lot of thank yous, but I think I need to thank my team also who made it possible, even though I'm not someone who's there constantly, but I've given them whatever they need. But they made that film, right? That whole team, I think so. And to have that film in the Wall Posters filmography, I'm extremely thankful. I'm very, very happy and proud.
And also adding on to that, you're as an actor also, Saripuda Senivaram, I know a lot of people who said that's their top movie from last year, and then Court. So with Court, it reinforced the feeling that, yeah, it is him. He actually said in our
it is my favorite film
of entire year, it is Saripuda Senivaram's top pick.
Okay.
So as an actor also, as a producer also, with Court, I heard a lot of people talking that it reinforced the feeling that Nani is a sure shot. If Nani is associated with the project, it is like unanimous, you know, these kind of things.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask, is this building a kind of pressure in you, or is it influencing in the kind of script as a producer or an actor?
No, it'll build pressure in me if I try to think that, oh, wow, I need to continue this, you know. I'm not thinking like that at all. It is okay if it works, it works. It doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter to me. I only worked in a way. Now, why all this work is not because I've planned so much for them to work. I am doing what I love. Whichever script excites me, I'm doing. And thankfully, we're all on the same page. Whatever I'm loving, you're also loving.
Yeah.
And that's how it worked for me. So I will continue to do the same. Now suddenly, because all these films worked, and now there's a trust on me. Where did the trust come from? It came from me being me, right? Not overthinking only. I've done something, and that built a certain trust on me. So now I shouldn't change, right? I shouldn't overthink. I shouldn't take that pressure. I should think about, picking a script which I really love and giving it my best, and doing my best, promoting till the last day, and then leave it to you guys to decide. That's all. And that's what I think I'll do. No pressure. Pressure will be about giving my best for every film. It's not about, maintaining that success streak, or how do I now, there's so much stress now, how do I do something? No, nothing else.
But is there something running at the back of your head? For example, your filmography now, hit 3 and then Paradise comes. So I know a lot of people who are like, saw this violent side or gory side, something dark happening, and there are these comments that they miss the Hi Nana or the Ante Sundarani ki Nani. So is that running in the back of your head that I need to do a role like that?
I'm so glad. I want them to miss. No, only then I can bring back Hi Nana again, no? Or a Jersey again. And that is when it will be beautiful, no?
Right.
You like something, a particular sweet. If I feed you every day, you'll start hating it, right? So anything, I think it's good. Give it a break and then come back with full force. Yeah.
You in hit 3, like being a partner of a cop, is usually when we think about any cop movies, right? The conflict, especially with the partner, is about time or security, safety. All these concerns are usually there, and they are the main conflict for the partner, this thing. But I wanted to ask you, have you ever given it a thought about, in real, what do you think about the kind of effort that people in services put, like army or police, and the families, how much difficult it is for children or wife? Have you ever, what are your thoughts about
this? Tremendous. And my best friend is married to who is in army, and right now also she's in Kargil because he's posted there, so she's gone there for 1 month. And I've known other people also. Tremendous. I think the women, the wives who are from the defense family, I just don't know how they would have conducted their entire life. I think as much as we say that the men are devoted to country with their service, the wives of those men are also equally or more devoted to their husbands and country in return, because it's all same. They serve, the husband serving the country, and it is very difficult when you see from a civilian point of view also. But for them, they don't find it difficult because they are devoted. So for them, that is how the life is. But I think I have huge respect for the families, for the kids, for the children, traveling everywhere and no questions asked. Today you're here, tomorrow you're there. This is what happened, that is what happened. You're just on the go and you have to accept what it is, how it is, no matter what. I think their life is different. And for better or we don't know because we're not in their shoes, but watching it from this side, it's challenging, it's not easy, but they are doing it so gracefully and respectfully. So yeah.
While we're on this topic, the recent unfortunate event of the Pahalgam attack, and you guys also shot in Kashmir if I'm not wrong. So what is your take on it? Because a lot of celebrities are also coming up and speaking about it. So what is your take on this whole event?
It's extremely unfortunate, and these things keep happening, and every time we think we won't have heard some news like this in a long time, and every time we think now, oh, this thing is done. Maybe it was a thing of the past, and one morning we'll be reminded that it's not done, it's still, and it kind of, you carry that pain, you carry that, and whoever, there's no point in, because if even now, last time I've said in an interview where I said this coward should face Indian army and not do this to innocent civilians, but I'm like, who am I telling this? As if they'll really, anybody who has any sense, why will they do this, right? What are we even trying to, like, how will you, it's not like we're trying to say something so that they understand it, or they see something, or people talking that these guys needs to, people with any basic sense cannot do what they've done, right? So it is only one way. It is, you just take them out. It's the only way. It is not about, like in my trailer we say, behavioral correction and all that. This doesn't apply to this kind of situations. There's only one way, and whatever is the right way to do it has to be done. And there's army, there are governments, they all have to act, and then we've been doing that every single time. But it's extremely unfortunate that these things somehow it again. In fact, when we are in Pahalgam, there's a lot of military activity going on there, and then the SSP of the place came and met us at the shoot and said, and he left us with some security, and he said, anything you need here in Pahalgam, please tell me, and all that. With a lot of full battalion he came, and then we asked him, how is there any like there's I see a lot of military presence there. Is there still a threat or anything like that? Like then he said, it is almost not there. He said this place got so much better. Now there used to be in the woods, there used to be reports that there were at least 70, 80, terrorist cells or whatever they call it. Now we haven't, there's no one, and last time we heard that there's some one person or something, and they still try to trace or whatever. So he said literally there's no activity. Now it's a much more safer place or whatever. And to hear this is very shattering, that whole idea of how they all did their best, or they believed in what they could do, and how the people were very peacefully living there and doing. And there's a lot of tourists were coming in, and then I stayed in this hotel where every single day I walked out of that hotel, there was some family. There was one Telugu family, there was one Kannada family, someone who come in and who wish me, and they'll take pictures and all that. Now all of those people believed that it was a beautiful tourist place where they can go with family. I actually feel terrible for the Pahalgam people also. Suddenly the whole place became hostile because of I don't know, I think this will go on if we keep talking. It'll drift.
So, talking about history again, I really liked first two films. Like in the first watch itself, I was really impressed because it's unlike the usual crime thrillers that we see in Indian cinema. I would definitely say that, because the kind of details and nuances in the investigation, like how even the forensic department is not the typical, stereotypical presentation that we see in any of it. So it is different, but again, not in a negative way, but when you watch Hit 3, there is some amount of blend or takeover of mass over this groundedness.
100%.
So I want you to tell me, is that true? Is it going to be
It is true, but it is not that in that place this came in. No,
Okay.
that is there.
Okay.
But this is also there.
Okay.
So it is double dhamaka basically, because there is a lot of investigative process in the film. You will still see that groundedness in the scenes, and you will wonder what is going to happen next, and you will be a lot of details in the film in regard to the investigation will excite you a lot. So you will have that whole feel, but the film builds into a certain space as it goes in, and in that moment a mass movement happens, but again that mass movement is not a mainstream mass movement.
Okay.
It is in the hit world mass movement. It is still realistic, it has its own thing, but it does touch that very mass commercial theatrical high, but not in a very template way, then within the hit space. I think that is the best combination possible. I am someone who enjoys investigative thriller, but for me, I also like it when mass is handled very well, very nicely, when this all theatrical high is what we call it commercial cinema, when it is done with class. If mass is done with class, that's a nice line, no? Actually,
Mass done with class.
yeah, mass is done with class, then that is a very exciting combination for me, and that is what Hit 3 is.
But another element of Hit 3 that has been in the news is the amount of violence in the film. We also, just while we were sitting and waiting here, we read this news that after the certification also there have been some cuts that were asked of the film. Is that right?
No, obviously there were few words were muted, and there are few little durational changes. Now the 5-second shot is now just only 3 seconds.
Okay.
So there are little, but it will not hamper your experience of watching it 3 at all.
Talking about your next movie, Paradise, what can audience expect? It's too early, but one question I wanted to ask is, because I'm also from Telangana, whenever there is Telangana stories told, right, there is this one side of argument where people say stereotypical presentation. I'm sure Dasara also got some kind of criticism like that, showing alcohol, the kind of language that they use or whatever. So what is your take on this, and how different is Paradise going to be?
Paradise is going to be very no, first of all, Dasra is a Godavarkani setup, and it's about people who work in coal mines. Everybody knows, after working so hard in that coal mines, in that sun, their only way to get that relief in the evening is to have that alcohol and eat and sleep. Everybody knows, and it's not about stereotypical or whatever. How can you base the story in Godavarkani, in that setup and this, and not have all those things? Okay, yeah, there will be people sitting in Hyderabad and saying, hey, Telangana, you don't have to show it like this, but and the boys, the director is from Godavarkani. He understands that place a lot better. I'm not saying in Godavarkani everyone will drink, but that's the world, that's the setup, that's the story idea. Obviously, he has to show it in a certain way, and Paradise has its own thing. No, Paradise is Paradise. It's Hyderabad, right? So it's a different thing altogether, and whatever is right for the Paradise, we will do that. And now we are in a generation, no matter what you do, there will always be someone who will say something about, even like all my childhood great films, even Sagar Sangam also, if it released today, we will find someone having some major issue with it, okay? So, but what is more important is we do our best, and Paradise will be amazing. It'll be a great experience in theatres, and once you see the film, you will understand what.
Lastly, recently, S.S. Rajamouli sir on the stage said that you will be a part of Mahabharata. Is that something he said in seriousness? And if it were true, what role would you like to do?
First of all, that was nice. That was such one happy memory for me from yesterday, and there's a long way before he starts that. So let's not, because again, I know for sure that will be carried a lot, and he said it, and very happy. But it's even to wait for it. Even for me, it is too far. So it's for all these projects to finish, and then when he is starting, I'm sure he'll prep work itself will take years. I'm sure. So it's not a topic we need to discuss right now. Yeah.
Thank you so much. All the very best for Hit 3, Paradise, and all your upcoming production ventures. And I heard Wallposter Cinema is still Wallposter Cinema, and there is Unanimous also. When I heard that also, I felt really nice. I want a lot of new people to come, good production house, good films to come, and let all industries thrive and all your movies be a success. Thank you so much for your wonderful
Nice talking to you guys.
Thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you.
Yes, so Hit 3 trailer. I'm sure a lot of people watched all the promotional material and you liked it, you booked the tickets. If not, again, not for children, I think you should definitely give it a shot. Hit 3 is worth it. It is on May 1st, releasing at your nearest theatres and also in all languages. Like Kannada, if you want to watch it in Kannada, it is there, Telugu, Tamil, all languages. So go watch it in theatres and watch our review also and mention your review in the comments below. With that, this is Maruti Acharya.
And I am Sanjay Ponappa.
And you're watching India Today.